Hello class, my name is Esmeralda Perez and today I will be presenting you with information on the molecule sodium cyanide. What we will discuss is the structure of the molecule sodium cyanide, a brief history of sodium cyanide and some general information, how sodium cyanide affects humans, the importance of sodium cyanide, and after presenting you with information, I will provide my opinion on whether sodium cyanide is a bad chemical or not, and why. The structure of sodium cyanide. Sodium cyanide is a molecule with equal sodium ions and cyanide anions. In image 2, you can see the sodium ion has a positive 1 charge, and the cyanide anion has a negative 1 charge. These two charges balance each other out. The 3 lines that you see between the carbon and nitrogen indicate a triple bond. In appearance, sodium cyanide is a white crystalline solid. In image 1, you can see an example of what this crystalline solid looks like. Sodium cyanide is a cyanide salt, which means that it has 1 sodium salt and 1 carbon compound. Sodium cyanide is prepared by the direct reaction of hydrogen cyanide with alkali by melting sodium chloride with calcium cyanamide or by heating sodium amide with carbon. In its powder form, sodium cyanide can absorb moisture from the air. One of the main uses of sodium cyanide is for the extraction of gold and silver from ore. Gold has a high affinity for cyanide, which makes it very effective. Cyanide can be found in the environment as a waste fragment from industries like mining, steel industry, and paint manufacturing. A brief history of sodium cyanide. In 1905, sodium cyanide was used in a California orchard of fruit trees as fumigation against insects. Sodium cyanide has been used for mining, specifically in heap leaching. A cyanide solution is sprayed over crushed ore. The cyanide dissolves the gold from the ore into the solution. The now metal-infused solution drips through a heap, and it is collected and stripped of its gold, and this process is repeated. Sodium cyanide is used as a pesticide against predatory animals. The cyanide inactivates cellular oxidative phosphorylation, which causes the inability of cells to use oxygen in the brain and heart, and it is rapidly lethal to warm-blooded animals. Sodium cyanide's effect on humans. First and foremost, sodium cyanide is poisonous to humans. The sodium cyanide blocks cellular respiration by acting on cytochrome oxidase enzyme, which is found in the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell. The electron transport that is essential for oxygen transmission is completely blocked. Routes of exposure include inhalation, skin contact, and ingestion. The importance of sodium cyanide. Sodium cyanide is used in analytical testing. Cyanide salts readily dissolve in water and are converted to the uncharged hydrogen cyanide molecule that can be found in most natural waters. It is a function of pH in solutions that are more acidic than pH of 8.5. As an example, seawater is around 8.0. The cyanide ion combines with hydrogen to form hydrogen cyanide. There is evidence in the scientific literature that it is the hydrogen cyanide molecule which is toxic to aquatic species of fish and invertebrates due to its ability to penetrate cell walls. Is sodium cyanide a bad chemical? Here I have a list of the pros and cons of sodium cyanide. We will weigh them out. Sodium cyanide is an effective pesticide. It is used in gold mining, and people put value on gold. It is used for the fumigation of insects on fruit trees, and humans consume fruits. It is used for analytical testing of waters and other substances. The fish that is in the water being tested are fish that we may be consuming, so we would want to know. Sodium cyanide cons. It is a highly toxic chemical that interferes with the body's ability to use oxygen. It is fatal, it is odorless, and it can penetrate membranes. It is a contaminant of food, water, and air. Because of the severity of this chemical's toxicity to humans, that it is a contaminant, it is odorless, it is fatal, I would classify sodium cyanide as a bad chemical. I feel like sodium cyanide is effective for its uses. However, it should be used sparingly or if it is absolutely necessary because of the fact that it can be very toxic and a contaminant to basically anything that it is in contact with that is living. So there we have my opinion that sodium cyanide is a bad chemical. These are the resources that I pulled my information from. Thank you for listening. I hope that you have learned some new things about sodium cyanide. Thank you for listening.